Welcome into our first playoff edition of Football Frenzy. I'm AJ Feldman. He's Carl Jones.
That's right. Playoffs are here in Class A, but we'll get to that in just a second as some absolute craziness just took place in Class AA.
Yeah, when McQuaid beat Aquinas last week, we kind of thought we had the pecking order all figured out in Class AA. Their opponents tonight had other ideas. We start in Pittsford as the Pet Band trying to inspire a win over McQuaid. Panthers down 14-13 late in the second. Caleb Lewis drops back, finds Jackson Green over the middle for the 25-yard score. Two-point try good. Panthers lead 21-14. And with the half winding down, McQuaid trying to get an answer, but John Mahar, picked off by Cooper Wilton, takes it all the way to the 7. That sets up a field goal to make it 24-14 at the half. In the third, once again, it's Jackson Green with the catch and triple coverage. That set up a Caleb Lewis sneak, and it's 31-14. McQuaid trying to come back. Mahar finds Joey Luzzi, makes the catch to make it 31-21, but the Panther D shores up from there to complete the upset. Evan Nesmith gets the sack here. It would end on a fumble by McQuaid as Pittsburgh pulls off the big win, 31-21, your final.
Senior night out in Hilton as the Cadets are playing host to Aquinas. We pick things up in the second half. Hilton up 14-13. Third and forever here for the Little Irish. Michael White scrambling around and finds his guy, Terrell Richards. Puts some juke moves on the defense and hits the turbo button, and it's over with from there. Aquinas retakes the lead 20-14. Later in the third, Cadets trying to answer, trying to get something going here as Peyton Kasul finds All Reliable and Trace Letcher for the score. Cadets back on top, 21-20. Now 3 minutes left in the fourth now. Aquinas trying to retake the lead, but Hilton blocks the field goal. Score now still 21-20, but a couple plays later, Kasul trying to throw it to the flat and find to Letcher again, but Sean Riley has other ideas as he picks it off and takes it for 6. Little Irish back on top, 26-21. Now just a minute left in the game here. Cadets in the red zone. Kasul just throws it up for his guy, Jake Smith, and he comes down with it. He calls game. Hilton holds on and pulls off the upset, 29-26. Now about those sectionals that we promised, Arcadia taking on Athena. Midway through the first quarter, scoreless ball game here. When in doubt, check to a fade as Brian Shanowski throws a dime to Marcus Moore and lets him do the rest. Arcadia gets on the board here, 7-0. Second half now, Athena driving down the field, and Xavier Smith just comes out of nowhere for the interception. Big guy showing off his hops. Score still 7-0. Later in the third here, it's 4th and 5 as Jaden Rapp pulls off his best Johnny Manziel impression, just scrambling around as he finds his guy Jaden Sample for a first down, getting it all the way down to the 3-yard line. Athena will go on to score the very next play. But here's the ball game here. Athena tries to go for 2 to take the lead, but the ball is batted down. That's ball game there, folks. Arcadia wins a tight one, 7-6. They'll take on Canandaigua in the semifinals.
Elsewhere in the A2 bracket, East hosting Eastridge. Eagles up 7-0 early in the second quarter. We get back to that action there, East and Eastridge. Early second quarter, Eagles up 7-0. Jarrell Darden gets some good blocks downfield, goes in for his second score of the day to make it 14-0. Later in the quarter, Eagles going to the air. Dion Mather up to Kelvin Shepard for the great grab, one of his 3 touchdowns of the day. And East was getting it done on defense as well. Damon Brown going up for the interception. East rolls 34-16. They'll take on Spencerport in the semis, who took care of business against Brockport.
Now over in A1, second-seeded UPrep playing host to Penfield. No score here early in the second quarter. After the Griffins get a goal line stop, Ray Kim Chenier, he takes advantage and goes 90 yards to the house. UPrep goes up 8-1 here in the second. Then after Penfield throws a pick, it's Clyde Davis Jr. to Mark McClary, who grabs, man, beautiful grab there. UPrep rolls as they get the 38-0 shutout win.
They would take on the winners of Schroeder and Gates Chili in the 3-6 matchup. Spartans down 23-7 late in the fourth. Jonathan Vance, he sneaks it on in. That makes it a 23-13 game. In the fourth quarter, Warriors trying to close this one out as it's Christian Siciliano on the end around, gets a big chunk of change, and Schroeder is driving in the fourth quarter. A few plays later, it's Alex DeRosa dropping back. It's flushed out of the pocket, then he'll just decide to take it in himself. Schroeder gets the win. 30-13 is your final. And wrapping up regular season play in Class C, East Rochester Granada trying to stay undefeated, hosting Marcus Whitman. No score in the first. Bombers knocking on the door at its Manny Sepulveda, getting the slant from Carter Lathrop for the 7-0 lead. Ensuing Wildcat drive, long methodical response, capped off by an Ethan DiCarlo QB sneak to make it 7-6. But ERG rolls from there. Lathrop deep to Sepulveda, makes the great grab, however, fumble. But it's Caleb Wilcox, Johnny on the spot in the end zone for the recovery. Bombers win 41-6. They finish the regular season at 8-0.
And coming up after the break, the Amerks look to treat their fans to a win in their home opener.
And the Sabres try and start the season 4-0. But first, here's some more Section 5 scores. Well, coming up tomorrow on Football Frenzy, the final Class A quarterfinal matchup as Thomas hosts Irondequoit under the Saturday night lights.
And Rush Henrietta and Victor battle for the 4th seed in Class AA. A home game in the first round of the playoffs is on the line.
We hope to see you then, same time, same place tomorrow, but that will do it for us tonight. I'm AJ Feldman, he's Carl Jones. Stephen Colbert is next. Have a great rest of your night.